Hello, welcome back to Questing Mayhem. Since the last episode, the ores in this chest, most of them has been smelted, and we now subsequently have many ores or ingots and blocks to work with. We will be using all of these resources over the course of this series, maybe not immediately, but definitely fairly soon. I have yet to smelt these ores here. These are the ex nihilo powdered ore, sand, and dust that we obtained last episode. This is because I want to show you a way to get more resources out of these ores. The way you do that, of course, well, first of all, these can, of course, be combined into their various block forms. And just like, let me take the other gravel, ore, and sand as well. This silver dust, actually, we can smelt right here. I processed all of the ores in this smeltery to get the maximum ingots out of it. That is because the smeltery, of course, doubles the output of the ore. So as you can see, we have many blocks of iron, many blocks of gold and ingots, lots of blocks of copper, and much coal and much lead. But like gravel can be turned into sand, or gravel can, of course, be turned into ore sand. That is, you smash it down using your ex nihilo hammer, and you create crushed iron ore. This, of course, can turn into iron ore sand. And keep in mind, we have 16 iron ore sand in our inventory right now. When we smash this together, you will see that we have more than 16 more iron ore dust. Essentially, it's a way to obtain more resources out of the ex nihilo ores. If you want to do that, that's an option to you. I'm smelting this last bit of silver. I believe this is silver. Yes, it is. So we can put it in our chest and not deal with it forever. We also have this crushed iron ore still. That's because there are 3 here. 3 cannot be combined into anything. We need more crushed iron ore, of course. So we'll put that in there for now. It is very dark outside, actually. But that should be fine. That's because it's raining, of course. So, one way to obtain at least one more crushed iron ore piece, in order to get another block of it, is to use the sieve. We created the sieve last episode, but never got to use it. That's mainly because I forgot. But we can place it down here. I also moved the barrels back because I found that the lava was spreading to the barrels and starting to put them on fire. I put the 4 oak barrels on top of each other and found that it made a pillar of some sort. This could be used as a pillar if you want to, as decoration. If you want to do that, that's an option to you. I just thought it was something cool I hadn't considered before. So, if we can sieve several materials in the sieve, including sand and gravel, which is here. I don't know if red sand can be smelted or can be sieved, but we can try. And of course, if we want, we can sieve dust. So we'll grab a bit of dust using our hammer. And so now we can sieve sand, gravel, and dust, and possibly red sand. Let's see. We cannot sieve the red sand, good to know. We may be able to turn that into normal sand, I am not sure. But it does not appear we can. It can be ore dictionaried into sand, but as of right now, I don't see any uses for sand that can be turned into normal sand, but that's fine. So, if we right-click the gravel into the sieve and continue right-clicking on it, at the top of the screen you can see that it shows the percentage of the gravel that has been sieved, and we get 1 broken aluminium piece from it. If you take a look at the uses of the gravel by pressing U, and go to the ex nihilo sieve, you can see all of the resources that can be obtained from sieving gravel, and their drop chances. So for instance, there's a 1% chance of each gravel piece you sieve obtaining emerald. There's a 1% chance of it obtaining diamonds, 2% chance of obtaining broken platinum, 5% chance of obtaining lapis. You can look through all these if you want. But I'm going to continue sieving. There's different drops you can obtain from dust. For instance, powders and redstone and gunpowder, as well as glowstone and powdered ores, blaze powder, and bone meal. and the other ores. And finally, if we take a look at sand, once I finish this last piece of dust, if we take a look at what sand can give after it has been sieved, we will see that it can give crushed pieces, as well as Certus quartz, both charged and uncharged. It can give yellowium dust, quicksilver drops from Thermcraft, cactus seeds, and amber. So quite a bit of Thermcraft in it, as well as cactus seeds. We will be getting into farming soon, so that may be an option for us as well. Other resources or blocks you can sieve in the Exnero sieve include, from the top of my head, dirt and crushed netherrack. Crushed netherrack is a very good way to get gold. I believe has a 100% chance drop rate of obtaining crushed gold pieces, which just act the same as the crushed gravel pieces, which you can combine into 4 and continue to break, I do believe, and it does double in the smeltery. We may be doing that later, and you can also sieve dirt, which will obtain seeds and saplings, I do believe. That may be a way that is necessary to some to get seeds, especially if you're playing on a Skyblock or Skylands map. I think I'll continue sieving the rest of this sand, gravel, and dust until none of it is left in my inventory, or at least in my hotbar. Yeah, I'll just sieve this sand, this gravel, and this dust, and we will be back. Alright, I have finished sifting for ores, and this is what we got. A lot of materials. And I will be combining that and breaking it down and smelting it in between episodes, I do believe, or perhaps in between clips. That's not the focus of today's episode, though. Instead, today, we're going to look at the basics questline once again, because we have yet to open any other questline. We should be able to open a questline today, though, because we're going to be looking at seeds, which of course unlocks one quest elsewhere. Again, this may be combined with another quest. I have not memorized what quest unlocks what. Seeds. You should probably start a farm before you starve to death. Of course, the first thing you would need are seeds. The easiest way to get seeds is to sieve dirt or punch long grass. So, as mentioned before, you can obtain seeds, vanilla seeds and some modded seeds, by sieving grass, or sieving dirt, or you can do it the vanilla way of punching long grass. Seeing as it's nighttime outside, we may resort to the punching long grass method. Also, I don't see much long grass around. These are, of course, ferns. There's some long grass here, though. And if I remember the quest correctly, yes, we need 3 normal seeds, 3 pumpkin seeds, and 3 melon seeds. This may take a little while. It is entirely dependent on luck. But maybe we'll get lucky, maybe we'll get unlucky, or maybe we'll just grab a bit of dirt and start sieving dirt for seeds. If we take a look at the uses for dirt and go to its sieve menu, we will find the exact seeds that dirt can create by sieving after I deal with all 3 of these creepers. Oh, I got a creeper head. That's semi-rare, although not as rare as it is in vanilla Minecraft. Creeper heads do spawn just by killing normal creepers, as well as skeletons, as we've seen players, and zombies. But there's the creeper head right here. I believe we can wear this. Yes, we can. And yeah, it's just a normal head. It's fine. So once again, if we take a look at the uses of dirt and go to the sieving section, we can see that it has a 3% chance to drop melon seeds, a 3% chance to drop pumpkin seeds, and a 7% chance to drop normal seeds. We can also get these birch seeds and rubber tree seeds and whatnot, and the acorn, when placed, create a sapling, a vanilla sapling. So, for example, the acorn produces a oak sapling. A spruce seed, of course, creates a spruce sapling. So this is the way you can get trees and saplings if you're on the skyblock type world or can't obtain saplings otherwise. So, once again, we need to sieve a little bit. I should also note that sieving dirt creates pebbles, which we can take a look at the uses menu. We already have 2 seeds. That's amazing. It creates a 100% chance. You get at least 2 seeds every time you sieved it. Well, it's 2 stone every time you sieved it, and you get a combined 100% chance of getting 3 stones every time you sift it. You can do the rest of the math. I'm not going to. Finally, after sieving all of the dirt we collected from the outside, it produced 4 melon seeds, 6 wheat seeds, and 3 pumpkin seeds. I also had to sieve some of our excess dirt in our resources chest up here. It also produced many stones, almost a stack worth of cobblestone, acacia seeds, grass seeds, sugarcane seeds, potato seeds, and an acorn, which is not a bad haul at all. I'm going to put these in the nature/mob drops chest for now, until I find a better place to put them. I also cannot remember where red sand would go, but I will assume there. Alright, we can combine these stones because we're not storing stones in our storage system. Instead, we're storing cobblestone. And this will provide us with more access to lava as well. There we go, 1 stone left over, which I believe, if you right-click stones, you can throw them against the wall. They may do damage to mobs, but I'm not sure. No, I'm not going to test it. But we have now completed the quest. We get a reward bag, as well as a watering can, or bone piles, or diamond hose. So we get the reward bag, and I'm going to choose the watering can. When right-clicked, the watering can speed up the growth of crops. It essentially acts like bone meal, but is renewable and never runs out. So we're going to obtain the watering can and the basic reward bag, which obtains glass vials, which, as you can see in the recipe, right there, is just a very simple glass and clay. They are used, I do believe, for some things, although not much. They are from Thaumcraft, which is a mod that comes much later in the pack. For now, we'll put them with the random things chest. And we should start our farm. Let us grab... You know what? We need to make, first of all, blocks of iron out of this molten iron, and we need to make some type of way to till the soil. And for that, we're going to use Tinker's Construct. The Tinker's Construct Mattock can create a can hoe soil, and I do believe it can be created here. Yes, it can. So, the Cutter Mattock is a versatile farming tool. It is effective on wood, dirt, and plants. Its special ability is to hoe its land. The required parts are an axe head, a shovel head, and an anvil. So, we need to create an axe head cast. Or first of all, we need to create a... When it says handle, I do believe you can just use a stick or you can use a tool rod pattern. I'm going to use a tool rod because we need to make the cast for it anyway. We need the axe head, and we need the shovel head. As seen before, we can put gold into the smeltery. Let's take 4. We only need 3 though, because each of these require only 1 ingot of gold or aluminum brass per cast. And let's see if we can get the iron out of here. The smeltery can alloy or make new metals out of basic metals if both metals are placed in the smeltery. I'm not sure if iron or gold form combine to make a new metal, but sometimes you end up getting a metal that you don't want in it, so it's best to just keep items separate as much as possible. But it looks like iron and gold do not mix, so that's good. And if you have 2 metals in the smeltery, and you want to, for instance, let's say I wanted to pour the gold out right now, you would need to click whatever metal you want at the bottom to put it to the bottom. So for example, molten gold is at the top of the smeltery right now. If I click molten gold, it goes to the bottom. Only metals that are on the bottom of the smeltery can be poured out. For now, I'm going to make sure to get all this iron out, and while that iron casts and melts, I'm going to create patterns for our axe and shovel head. patterns are needed to place onto the casting table, like the ingot we placed on the casting table last episode. This is to form the the cast of the various type. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So for example, we need a stone shovel head. We need an axe shovel head, like so. And we need a tool rod shovel. Or a tool rod pattern. There we go. And as you can see, we can put them right into the pattern chest right here. And this extra part here, we can essentially throw away, although it can be used for material if we want to make another material out of stone. So, if we place, or if we melt the iron 6 more times, and we place the cast with an axe head, and we pour the gold onto it, you will see that it acts like an ingot, and that it forms the axe head cast. These are also completing quests, because as you remember, in the basics quest line, there are quests for all of the different patterns. And it seems that we've run out of gold. I did not expect that. Okay, so apparently a cast does not require more, or does not require just one ingot per cast. It perhaps requires 2. I did not know that. So each cast requires 2 molten gold, 2 ingots worth of molten gold to be poured onto it to make a cast. So as you can see, when the gold finishes melting, we can finish pouring the cast out. And will this be enough? Yes, it will. It will be just enough. We have smelted the exact amount. Good. There we go. And we now have completed 3 more quests. All of the rewards for cast quests are the same, so there's no need to worry about choosing the best reward. We can put these patterns back in the pattern chest along with the patterns. There's only enough room in the pattern chest for all of the casts or all of the patterns, so you may want to create another pattern chest to store either the patterns or the casts, because they will not all fit in one. Okay, now that we have the patterns, or the casts, we can choose what we want to make the tool rod cast out of, the axe head, and the shovel head. For now, I'm going to stick with iron because we have a lot of it. So for example, we can place, we can see how much a shovel head will cost by looking at the material cost here. It costs 1 ingot of something, of some material. And you can also look at the materials that can be used to form this particular cast or part out by holding shift while hovering over the cast. So for instance, an axe head can be created out of any of these materials. And so if we put the iron in, it should only require 3 for each. This requires 0.5, and this requires 1. So yes, 2.5 to be exact. We can make the shovel head out of iron. We'll make the axe head out of iron, and we're actually going to not create the we're not going to create the tool rod cast out of iron. Instead, we're going to use the tool rod pattern to make it out of stone. Or no, we're going to make it out of wood, my bad. You can only make materials out of wood or iron, or wood or stone, if you use the patterns instead of the casts. The casts are only for pouring out molten metals. This wooden tool rod actually works the same as a stick, which is why it gave us 2 sticks when you put it in there. Or it gave us a wooden tool rod and a stick. They are interchangeable and work the exact same. And we now have all of the materials, I do believe. And wait, no. Did we never complete the shovel? I guess we didn't. Okay, that's fine. So, as you can see, we now have all the materials to put them into the pot builder, like so. Clicking the Mattock and rearranging them. And we now have an iron Mattock. The what kind of Mattock it is, for example, gold, diamond, silver, etc. Mattock it is. Is determined by the head or the heads you put on it. So since we used an iron axe head and an iron shovel head, it is an iron Mattock. We can also name it here. For instance, Mantic's Mattock. And it will be named Mantic's Mattock. You also notice that it's not italic, unlike renaming items in the manual. So that's an advantage if you want to do that. So this can mine wood at ease. It can also mine grass and dirt at ease. So it acts like a shovel and an axe in one item, which I believe is very beneficial. And I was thinking before recording this episode that we would put it does appear to be getting dark, doesn't it? Huh. We would put the farm right outside our house. This would provide easy access. So maybe provide a 2-block pathway and right click to create dirt or tilled soil. As in vanilla, a single block of water can spread or can hydrate 4 sources or 4 tiles width of tilled soil. So we just want a few buckets of water to hydrate the farm. As you can see, it's already drying up. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we place it 1, 2, 3, 4. If we place it here, I do believe, or no, here, right with its torches, perfect. We can see, I think, if I did my math correctly, and I know Minecraft fairly well. Oh, yes, if you right-click tilled soil or farmland with a Mattock, it will create a water pad. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let's try this. I actually am not 100% sure about this. The water pad can be used to place water in it, and this will hydrate farm soil just as any other water source would. It just perhaps looks a little bit better to some people. I don't know. To me, they're both equal, but you can do this if you want. To make a water pad into a tilled soil, once again, just simply right-click it. So yes, it does look like this is hydrating, which is good. So we can put this 4 out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And do that for the rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. But no, this is actually just going up 3. Okay. We have a lot of farm space with just this one pad, which is good. It can be annoying sometimes though, because as you can see, I'm right-clicking a lot. So that's just something you need to take into consideration. And it looks like, yeah, that is good. Okay. So now, just as in vanilla, we can plant these seeds down. There are more modded and advanced ways to farm, especially food, in this mod pack, but we can be getting into those at a later date. For now, all that we need to concern ourselves with is the vanilla planting by placing wheat seeds down, pumpkin seeds down, and melon seeds down. These will grow the stems and create seeds or wheat and melons and pumpkins. And if I turn my particles on, which I have off due to lag reasons, so video settings, I believe it is under details, perhaps? No, animations. Particles, we can do decreased, and that should show yes. So you can see that the water sprinkling is on. This will also hydrate or increase the rate of which the farmland hydrates, and it will also increase the rate at which seeds grow. This includes for the melons and the pumpkins and the wheat. So if we wait here for a little bit, you should be able to see that the wheat will start to grow, as well as the melons and pumpkins. It is only in a 3x3 radius, so we cannot reach all of it at the same time, but it should be fine. Okay, after further analyzing, it appeared that the seeds here that were in the last clip were not growing as fast as they should be, from what I knew from the watering can. And so after further researching, I discovered that the watering can only affects seeds that are in crop sticks, which is the more advanced method of farming I showed you. So right now, the watering can is not affecting these seeds in any way, shape, or form. It was, however, affecting the seeds in the crop sticks, which is why they are grown now. So let's get into some more advanced farming techniques. As you can see, breaking it got us 1 wheat, and we have crop sticks. So let's replant that. And while we wait, let's go back in the house and look up some more farming. I do not believe this unlocks. Okay, so I should note also that I do believe the Seeds quest unlocked the exploration quest here, which starts us going to hell. Make another portal and go to hell. How do you make a nether portal? It's vanilla, please. So, you should be able to know how to create a nether portal. We won't be going to the nether today, but we will fairly soon. But let's go back to the basic quest line. Open here. And so, if you want to use the watering can effectively, you will need to create crop sticks. This is a quest, I do believe, in Farming with Agricraft, which is the 5th quest line. As you can see, there are quests for crop sticks, for example. But for now, we have not unlocked that quest, so we will be getting into this a little bit pre-advanced. This may be a change that I need to make to the mod pack progression or the quest book progression. I will consider it. To make crop sticks, you will need sticks, and a lot of them. So, create your wood, and create several sticks. And combine the sticks into a 4x4, and you will create 1 crop sticks. The crop sticks are placed on tilled soil. They can only be placed on tilled soil and I believe water pads. And you can place seeds in the crop sticks, and these are ways to get crop seeds to grow faster. And you can also cross-mutate or change or breed seeds. Oh no. Okay. That also wasn't intended to happen. Nothing's going right for me today, is it? It's fine. Let me repair this real fast. The rest will be fixed at a later date. So a mistake I made was I broke the melon seeds while they were not yet grown. And that destroyed the melon seeds, unfortunately. It destroyed all the melon seeds I had. And it appears that the creeper explosion also destroyed many of our seeds, including some of our pumpkin seeds, which isn't good. But you will notice that these seeds are not stacking. That's because this particular seed in my hand right now has been placed in crop sticks, which produces the NBT tag unidentified. We'll get into identification of seeds later. For now, just don't worry about it, and it will be explained at a future date. You'll also notice that weeds have sprouted in crop sticks. This is just a feature added in Questing Mayhem that most packs don't use. It's a feature of Agricraft that makes farming a little bit harder, in my opinion. Some people feel like it's grindy. I feel like it enhances and elongates the game. But perhaps that's just my personal opinion. Let's place down the crop sticks once again. We need to finish some of these farming quests. There we go. And there. We can get rid of these seeds and we'll get back the crop sticks. So there's the problem now of trying to move the pumpkin stems and the other pumpkin stem into create more pumpkin stems. One way we can do this is by placing crop sticks down and then right-clicking once again with crop sticks onto crop sticks. This will create essentially double crop sticks. And double crop sticks allow for crops next to them to perhaps move into where the crop sticks are, thereby duplicating seeds. There are also other uses for this, but we should see, perhaps in a minute, that there we go. The pumpkin stems have started to grow. Weeds have also sprouted here, and once you have weeds and crop sticks, you just have to destroy the crop sticks, which is quite you go through crop sticks fairly fast, so you may want to start producing some more trees very soon, or at least some more wood, because you will be using crop sticks very fast, and in effect, let me do the math here, 2, hold on, sticks, so, oh, there we go, we have a pumpkin. Alright, let's break this pumpkin. There's a quest for pumpkins, I do believe, but it is locked out after melons, yeah, all the way down here. So first we need to create wheat seeds, and then we need to create bread and carrots and potatoes and yada yada yada. So first let's focus on the wheat for now, and we can move to the pumpkins at a later date. for now, I'm going to create these into pumpkin seeds so we can at least start growing it. And I did the same mistake, I don't know why, and I got the pumpkin seed back. Very strange. Okay, let's place all these in crop sticks. I may regret this later for the amount of crop sticks we're using, but it should be fine. Pumpkins and melons, when placed in crop sticks, don't take up a block space. They actually are contained in one space, as I could perhaps show you. If we grow some of these pumpkins, you will see that the pumpkins stay in one block space, so you don't need to worry about perhaps the soil being untilled or something else like that. Another feature of crop sticks is you can right-click crop sticks once the seed that has been planted in it is mature to collect the seed or collect the resource and continue planting the seeds. So as you can see, we have two wheat, and we now have 3 wheat, and the seeds have been replanted. For the quest, I do believe we need 16 wheat, so at the rate this is going, it should not take long. We can also place more crop sticks down and use the wheat to create more wheat seeds to just increase the rate we get wheat. I'm going to work on growing wheat more, and I'll be back when I have 16 or more. Something I am noticing is that if wheat is in the crop sticks, or weeds, my bad. If weeds on the crop sticks, weeds can spread and destroy other crops. So it's best if you destroy the weeds as soon as they're there to reduce the chance of them spreading and destroying your other crops. And just like that, we have 16 wheat, which completes a quest. Opening it up, we can collect 16 more wheat or 16 seeds. Let's collect the wheat. They're essentially one and the same, but except for the fact that we can make seeds, we can make wheat out of seeds, or seeds out of wheat immediately, and we have to wait for the wheat to go into seeds. So let's take the wheat. This will also help us complete further our quest to create bread. The next quest is bread, a very easy to make and yummy snack. This requires us to make 5 bread, and we have the wheat to do so. Bread, just like in vanilla, is crafted by placing 3 wheat in a row in a crafting table. We need 5, I believe. So, this is the 5 bread that we need. And we can take the reward back, as well as 9 wheat or 3 bread. I will take the wheat once again, because of course we can make more bread out of it, or we can make seeds out of it if we so wish. 29 wheat in total. Not bad. We'll also open these 2 good reward bags. And we get raw silicon, which we've gotten before, and an engineering processor, which is not useful to us in the slightest right now. However, it will be useful when we get into applied logistics. So for now, I'm going to put it in the random chest, which of course is once again filling up. Our next quest is to get carrots. Improves eyesight. Oh wow, you believe that? So, we need to get 16 carrots. I have yet to see carrots, and if I recall correctly, carrot seeds cannot be obtained from sieving. No. They can be obtained by a 3.21% drop rate of breaking grass. Or you can obtain carrot seeds, which can be obtained from sieving. Who knew? So we can sieve dirt for a 2% drop rate of carrots. I don't know how much dirt we have left. It appears not much, because I used it all perhaps to fill in the hole that the creeper made. So perhaps one of the best options we can do right now is go outside and first of all collect these pumpkins, because we will be needing them eventually. And we can start collecting grass in areas that we don't want grass perhaps, and breaking tall grass along the way in the hopes we get carrot seeds. We're not too far from home, it's only 90 blocks away, but I have found another structure here very close. It's a mine shaft added by Recurrent Complex, the same mod that added the temple or garden that we saw, I believe, 2 episodes ago, or 1 episode ago, I'm not sure. But inside the loot chests we have some wooden cuts, or wood cuts, some wooden ties, some black lotus, some tracks, I'll take that, some redstone, I'll definitely take that. The rest of it, I'll take the creosote oil, but the rest of it won't be useful immediately right now, and to save space in our chests, I won't be taking it for now. There's also some iron here, which of course I will take, we will be needing it. More iron here. coal. We won't be needing that amber for a while. More iron. And the most exciting thing, a loot chest. So let's open it up. We get condensed blood, not useful to immediately. Some steel, very useful. Lapis, sure. And an apprentice ring of Ignis discount 1%. We won't be using this for a very long time, but I can put it in my bubble slot. It won't do any harm. The first piece of long grass I break, we get carrot seeds, which is awesome. We can now go home and plant carrot seeds again to get more carrots. And with the watering can, we should be able to get a required amount of 16 carrots very fast. I remember now that we have string, and string can be made to create wool. For string equals one wool, and I have yet to create a bed because I have had a lack of wool. And a bed may require slabs. I may have made it require slabs. I cannot be certain. Bed? No, I did not make it require slabs. Amazing. So we can finally create a bed, and that will make it so it's much easier to skip the night. In fact, possible to skip the night. And hopefully that will increase the quality of the video, and you guys won't have to see in the dock. Yay! Apparently the farm was a little bit lopsided. We had only 3 tile spaces on this side and 4 on this side. I've now fixed that. So we can break these crop sticks and move them over. I've also decided that for now, 3 tiles per crop is more than enough. So we can place those here, and place more crop sticks here. It looks like we will have to create more crop sticks fairly soon. But for now, though, we can simply create more seeds using our pumpkins. More than enough, there we go. And get rid of this as well. I don't know what we'll do with these pumpkin seeds, but now I'll just put them in the chest and not try to break my crops. Thank you. And with our carrot seeds in hand, and a bit of crop sticks, we'll probably need more, we can start placing carrot seeds down, let's say here. There we go. And use the watering can on them to increase the rate. And before long, we should have many carrots that we can spread to the other 8 plots of land that we have acquired for carrots. And we should be able to complete our task of 16 carrots. We now have a full 3x3 field of carrots, and so if we collect this less than 2 times, this full field, we should be able to get 16 carrots, which isn't bad. You'll notice that we only have 1 crop stick left in our inventory, and why are weeds spreading here? That's not good. Alright, get rid of the weeds, they'll only create more problems. Oh god. Alright, place them back down. Get more carrots. And put them in carrot seeds. I don't know why weeds were spreading. That's not good. Alright, for now, this should be fine. Carefully observe it. Collect carrots as they come up. There we go. Okay. Really, weeds are not that big of a deal as long as you have convenient wood, and we're in a forest, so there's plenty of wood, and I've been trying to replant saplings as we go. But still, it can be a bit of an inconvenience with you only getting 1 crop stick per 4 sticks. Usually, the default recipe for crop sticks, and this is the case in most packs, is you get 4 crop sticks per craft. So, for example, if I were to craft some crop sticks now, using this wood, create the sticks, as you do, and if I were to make crop sticks, I would get 4 crop sticks with this recipe, but I've modified it to get 2, because if you look at the texture and just the physical in-game item or physical in-game block for crop sticks, you'll notice that these crop sticks, which were made from 4 sticks, have 4 sticks in them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it makes sense that 4 sticks combined just create them in 1 item. So that's my thought process for it. Yes, it's more expensive, but everything is more expensive in Questing Mayhem. So we've completed the quest. We get carrot cake, and we get to pick either carrots or carrot juice. I'm going to choose the carrot juice because we have plenty of carrots now, and carrot juice also provides more food and more food saturation than normal carrots. Good. Potatoes. Not very yummy as itself, but if you bun it, it's delicious. So we need potatoes, and luckily we have potato seeds here. So this is going to be the same process that we just used to create carrots. It's just going to take a while, so I'll do that, and I'll be back. This is also out of proportion as well. Shoot. So we have... Alright, so what I'm going to do here is to simply move this water 1 block to the left. Because, hold on, as I will show you... There we go. We had 3 spaces here and 4 spaces here for plants. That shouldn't have been the case. But now hold on. Did I do this wrong? I feel like I did this wrong. Let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Shoot. It should be an 8 by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. Oh, 9 by 9. Huh. An easy fix would be, place that back actually because it's better to have this pathway longer, would be to break these, get the chopsticks back, and just replace them over here. So it can't be even. We'll have a little bit less square footing to put our crops, but that should be fine. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but we just like this even, and I don't know. I think it'll just cause problems later down the line if it's off-center like that. And this 4 on this side, 3 on this side, you know. Alright. Looks like, yeah, so we need carrots over here. All these have carrots in them, good. And seeds should go right here. Good. And we can place potatoes right here because carrots and potatoes kind of go hand in hand together. So let's place potato seeds here after we turn it into the agricraft potato seeds from Exnello potato seeds, because the Exnello potato seeds can be obtained from Sieving, and that's how we got this potato seeds, but only the agricraft potato seeds can be planted in the crop sticks. It's a confusing thing, but it should be fine. Alright. We're running very low on crop sticks still, but that should be fine, I think, I hope. And I'll just continue doing this for a while. By the way, this carrot cake can be placed down like a normal cake and eaten. Apparently, even if you're at full hunger. Good to know. Didn't know that. I now notice that we have agricraft potato seeds as well in here, so that's good. We can now increase our production of potatoes. And weeds have definitely been a problem with potatoes, and I'm not exactly sure what to do about that. But it should be fine as we create more potatoes. Something I've noticed that's beneficial is if you don't place all your crop sticks down when you're trying to create your farm, because weeds can only spawn in crop sticks. So for example, if I put crop sticks here and start to sprinkle this to get more likely than not, this is a bad example. If I put crop sticks all around, yeah, there we go. Weeds have sprouted here, and now there's less. It's just more annoying, and now there's more of a chance for these potato seeds to become weeds. So if you just remove all the unnecessary crop sticks until you need them, and place them down as you need them, like so. Like so, I have 3 potatoes here. I place 3 crop sticks. Or I place 3 crop sticks to plant the potatoes, and now there's less of a chance to get bad potatoes. Just a method you can use if you are fed up with weeds, and to make your farming the most productive it can be. $16 or 18 potatoes, quest complete. We get a potato cannon, which is sort of fun. And 16 potatoes or 10 potato seeds. We have all the potato seeds we need for now. So I'm going to choose the potatoes. And what the potato cannon does is you hold it in your hand. It kind of looks cool. Just kind of circular object in Minecraft. Kind of weird. It also sticks out the back, which it's not rendered the best, but it's fine. And if you have potatoes in your inventory, you can right click it to shoot the potatoes, and I believe it does hit mobs. I think there was a pig around here a few minutes ago. Let's see if we can find some animal to test this potato gun on. It's not the best weapon in terms of combat, but it's definitely a weapon. Where is this stupid pig? There he is. Yeah, so it does hurt him. Let's see how much damage he's on. It does 1 heart per potato, which I mean is fair. You're using potatoes as your weapon, so it's also not accurate, but it's fine. 3 bark pork chop for, like, what was that, 6 potatoes? Sure. And our next quest is very, very simple. All we need to do is cook them. It's the same exact amount, just requires a bit of coal or fuel of your choice. Yay! Easy quests. And let's actually eat this cake and have it be useful for once. Well, that last slice wasn't too useful, but it's fine. We have more seed brick in here, which I forgot about. That's fine. I'm just gonna smelt all of them because it's useful to have potatoes you can eat other than potatoes that you can't eat. And we have now unlocked Industrial Revolution. Yay. This is perhaps one of my favorite quests in the mod pack. It involves many, if not all, it involves tech mods. It involves almost every tech mod in the mod pack. And the top part is my favorite. It requires you to get all of the extra utilities 2 generators. Extra utilities 2 is a technology mod that adds many items that are just extra, as the name suggests, extra utilities. Yes. So just like colored varieties of different vanilla ores or items, trash cans and bales and all that. But down here, it also has the means to produce power, which is where it gets interesting. These generators can be a really good source of early game power, but they have been heavily modified. So, the survivalist generator requires 9 times the cobblestone it used to, or something like that. 4 iron ingots, in fact. And pistons are a little bit more expensive. And this is the first quest. This right here, this recipe is the first quest in Industrial Revolution. Survivalist generator. Time to get some power for some new machines. The survivalist generator burns traditional fuels to gain power or redstone flux or F. You are rewarded I think generously with coal and some energy pipes and a place to store it. This item right here is definitely not cheap. So this is a really good reward if you want to choose that reward. Or you can choose the energy pipes, I don't really care. But there are also different tiers, quote-unquote tiers, of each generator. So there's the 8 times survivalist generator, as well as the 8 times furnace generator, and essentially this is just 8 of these survivalist generators put into one block. But, so obviously they require 8 survivalist generators of the normal type, but they also require this transfer node energy, which is expensive, because look at this, it requires 4 blocks of gold. Like, at least, probably 4 blocks of redstone. And here, 6 blocks of redstone, 10 blocks of redstone, 14 blocks of redstone, 18 blocks of redstone, 22 blocks of redstone, 23, 24, 25 blocks of redstone, I messed up somewhere, so about 30 blocks of redstone for that one generator, or that 8 times generator, quote unquote. And then, of course, you can put 8 of those into one item to create the survivalist generator times 64. And again, remember, all of this requires 64 pistons and 128 weight pressure plates. So yeah, it gets expensive, and this is the cheapest generator from extra utilities. It's really fun. And the 64 times survivalist generator requires a transfer node hyper energy, which is 4 of those transfer node energies surrounded by a bedrockium ingot. Bedrockium ingot is a lava cobblestone surrounded by a block of diamond. I believe that's the only way you can make it, yeah. And the QED is a way of crafting table essentially added by extra utilities. It requires this QED, which changes what it stands for every time you look at it. For now, it stands for the quite expensive decoration. And the QED requires a crafter, which is a quest in Industrial Revolution by itself. So there's lots of loopholes here, which isn't that bad. It requires a machine chassis plates, a bunch of iron. Basic capacitor, which requires some gold, some redstone, and some copper, and some tin. Requires iron. And it requires a Z-logic controller, which requires solarium, a zombie head, redstone, some tools, a slice and splice, but solarium requires an induction smelter, or an alloy furnace. Let's look at the alloy furnace real fast. This is just to give a sneak peek of what's to come in Questing Mayhem. This is the next quest line we're really getting into. Iron furnaces require iron blocks surrounded by a furnace. Machine chassis, same as usual. Cauldron. Slightly changed, but not that bad. But then there's the slice and splice, which is the machine you actually need to make the Z-logic controller. Slice and splice. It requires 5 blocks of solarium, which requires the induction smelter. So you have to use the induction smelter, and that gives you into another mod called Thermal Foundation. Induction smelter. Thermal Foundation is another mod. Well, actually, this is actually from Thermal Expansion. This Thermal Expansion, Thermal Foundation, and Thermal Dynamics in this mod pack. Thermal Expansion adds all the machines and whatnot you use. I should have just typed in induction smelter, but it's fine. And that requires redstone surrounded by electrum and a basic machine frame. Pretty easy actually, but involve gears, involve plating, iron gears, iron plates. Involve plating requires 10 invar combined with bronze alloy, which requires iron armor plating, which requires this. So that's just a teaser, a slight teaser of what you need to do to finish all these quests. And this is the first quest book, second quest line. Yeah. Now, there's something just to say about the Nether Star generator times 64. And I'll wait to say that for when we actually get into it, because at this rate, it'll be a few months until we get into that. But yeah, that's just easy start survivalist generator. And that's how I look at Industrial Revolution for this episode. Moving on to potatoes. Hopefully, I gave the potatoes enough time to cook. There we go. We now have 25 potatoes. We have all the potato seeds we need. So I'm going to choose the potatoes once again and just start smelling those as well. Farm's doing good out here. Good. Alright. Those will be smelting away. We have this potato mask, tiny potato mask, which I guess is a bauble. I thought it was a headpiece, for sure. And yeah, it's just fun little thing related to potatoes. Again, I want to include quests that for items that people may not know about, or rewards that people may not know about, just so they can use them, and just kind of have a laugh to do after the insane recipe that they inevitably went through. Melons, aka watermelons. However, you don't get thirsty in Minecraft, so the water pot doesn't do much. 16 watermelons, just the same as normal. Let me put some of this stuff away. I'll put the potatoes away for now because I want to finish the steak. Seed brick can go in here. Wheat and whatnot in here and here and here. Done. Melissa essence sure. Potato cannon, definitely random things. There we go. Do we have... I know we had melon seeds. It doesn't look like we have any more melon seeds. That's fine. All we need is one. And I have collected 32 dirt. I believe... Where'd the sieve go? I do remember there being a sieve here. An easy way to check, to see where any item is if you go to an EI and press T while hovering over any item. It will usually, this is a bad example, but let's say I have this done here and press T in my inventory. You'll see that there's smoke particles appearing in this chest, indicating that there's dirt in here. But it appears that, I'm pressing T now, we don't have a spruce sieve to be found. That's strange, to say the least. And of course, I used my string recently to make a bed. I don't know where that sieve went. I used it literally this episode, as you saw. It's the strangest thing. Alright, where's the rest of our string? Using the same trick. There we go. We have 7 string. That's a... We need 18. This is the weirdest thing. Don't know what happened to that. But I guess we'll try to find more of it. Finally, there was a bed to turn it into night again, because I did not collect enough string to get another sieve. But I did break some grass in this plane and got 1 melon seed, which is enough to make melons, and we can start our melons start from there. Let me collect some more of these spiders. Skeletons are as annoying as ever, but that's to be expected in 1.17. Well, 1.7.10. Don't know where I got 1.17 from. Moving on. A 9x9 melon patch next to our pumpkin patch is now going. However, there's one downside to creating melons using crop sticks, is that as you see when I right click, in a minute when all these melons have grown, 3, 2, 1, there we go, you will see that it only produces 1 melon per. And this is especially tricky considering that in this pack, or I think even in vanilla, melons of course require, but a melon block requires 9 melons crafted in a crafting table to obtain the block. And that is required for our next quest. So it's even like collecting melons now. You get more melons, I believe, by punching a melon and breaking it into melon slices than crop sticks. At least at the beginning. Again, there are more advanced ways of farming in this pack. And we'll be getting into that when we unlock the questline for it. But for now, we've completed the melons quest, and we're going to collect 32 melons because of the aforementioned shortage of melons and tricky thing with like collecting 16 square melons. Square melons, it's real, look it up. They are real, they're sold in Japan. That's a fact that I looked up for Questing Mayhem, and so the quest book does not lie here. It's real. You can search Google Images, find square melons that aren't in Minecraft, yay. But yeah, as you can see, we have 5 melons out of a total of 16 that we need. So, I'm going to be doing this for a while, and when I have the required amount of melons for melon slices, or melon blocks, we'll be back. "16 melons, quest complete. We get 127 other melons, which is just shy of 2 stacks, and we get to choose 10 melon seeds or an enchanted book. I'm going to choose the enchanted book because I can't actually remember what the enchanted book is all about. We get Silk Touch, of course we do, because now we can add it to a pick using an anvil, which is expensive. So using a very expensive anvil, duck steel, yada yada yada, induction smelter, we've looked at that. We can apply it to a pickaxe and start mining these melons and using them as like actual melon blocks instead of breaking them into slices, like so. But that's the quest complete. congratulations, we now have melons. I'm going to put them in, I think actually, no they don't deconvert, interesting, okay. Maybe I should add that, who knows. Sort that, and we now have that quest complete, as well as putting this away. Cool. The next quest should be very easy. Pumpkins. Oh, you're not playing this mod pack in the fall? I'm not. Too bad, make it. Yeah. Pumpkins. Very easy, because pumpkins were one of the first crops to start growing this episode, and I've been collecting pumpkins as they've been growing since then, and we now have 13, so we only need 3 more, and chances are, I bet, there are 3 more pumpkins ready to be collected. Yes, there are. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. 16 pumpkins. We get 32 jack-o'-lanterns and 16 more pumpkins, or pumpkin cheesecake. Pumpkin cheesecake because you can eat the pumpkin cheesecake. You cannot eat pumpkins. There we go. Next quest also wants us to make sugarcane a good substitute for hemp. Actually, it won't work as a replacement for hemp in immersive engineering. I tried. Yeah, hemp is an actual thing. In immersive engineering, it is used to make hemp fiber, which is used for several small recipes. But sugarcane, it wants us to collect 16 sugarcane as consistency with the other crops, if we put this in here. And I do believe, after a quick sleep, there should be some sugarcane by the shore, just by our house. And sugarcane along other shores that aren't besides our house. So, we'll go get that, and it should be pretty easy. You can, in fact, grow sugarcane in crop sticks, and there are sugarcane seeds. And it becomes very beneficial when you get to upgrade your crops and use the more advanced methods of farming. But until then, I think we just may plant them the vanilla style and not really worry about excess of it, because we also don't need sugarcane for much other than completing the quest for now. There were pumpkins on our doorstep over here. So when I was looking for pumpkin seeds, well, no, I wasn't looking for pumpkin seeds ever. I was sieving for them, I guess, but I was looking for melon seeds. Never mind. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Oops. Could have used that. Oh well. I do believe when I was exploring over here, I did see some other sugarcane. We only need 2 more. Yes, right here. Good. So, quest complete. We get reward bag and a choice of 16 sugarcane or 16 sugarcane seeds. Just the sugarcane should be fine. Because we can make sugarcane into. Well, of course, yeah. Oops. Didn't think about that. How do you make sugarcane seeds? Now that I think of it, cane seeds. You can sieve for them in dirt, of course, or you can break them. Alright, so you can't make it into sugarcane. Oops. You know what? It's fine, because what are sugarcane seeds really used for? Because I do believe you can plant sugarcane just in normal crop sticks. I'll try that when we get back to the farm. Let's try that. Hold on. So if we plant sugarcane in the farm, it shouldn't have to be next to water. I hope not. Maybe it does need to be next to water? I feel like I know. Maybe? Okay. They've messed up there by not collecting it. So we may have to go sieving for sugarcane seeds eventually when we need to make sugarcane seeds. Although you can crossbreed them, which is another thing which I won't get into. I'm sorry. Moving on to sugar. A good example of how unrealistic Minecraft is. You can't eat plain sugar in Minecraft. What was Dutch thinking? I eat raw sugar on the daily. I don't. But I'm not a huge sugar person. But it now requires us to turn all of our hard-earned sugarcane into sugar, which for a stack of sugarcane. But you know what? I don't think I've ever added sugar or sugarcane into a reward bag. But you know, impossible things happen. No, we get stupid diamond nuggets. Of course, stupid diamond nuggets, useless. There's actually really good. We can make our first diamond now, but we won't, because I don't need a diamond right now. So we need a stack of sugarcane, essentially. Bad news, I was unable to find any sugarcane. I'm even on a second continent now. Good news, I found this cool boat bridge thing. And that's where we're going to end out this video. I'm happy with the progress we've made in the basics questline so far. all that we need now is essentially 64 sugarcane, and then we make pumpkin pies, which requires eggs, but I think we don't need, we only need 1 pumpkin pie, and I already have an egg, so we're good to go with that. And then the golden apples, the notch apple, those are modified anyway, so it will be a little while until we get those. But that's where I'm gonna end it out. We finished all the immediate necessary quest lines for quests for the basics quest line. Obviously, we'll probably complete sugar next episode, just from the start, and then probably the pumpkin pie where we'll add it, because why not? We unlocked 2 quest lines this episode, which is really cool. And again, we'll be completing these as needed. And next, we're going to open into Industrial Revolution, which will give us into automation and really the heart and focus of the first half, I would say, of Questing Mayhem. Thank you for watching this video. Scarecrow.